What up, Rap Leaders? Welcome back to my channel. We are here finally at the West Central Mall at Leonora. So I found myself on the west bank, having just crossed over to Vredenhoop on the west bank of the Demerara River. And since I was in this neck of the woods, I decided to pay a visit to the West Central Mall here on the west bank, so WCM. And you can see they have some animals on display. What are those? Elephants, I believe. Elephants at the front of the mall. And next door, that's the Sheriff General Hospital. So Sheriff Group has built a hospital here on the west coast of Demerara. We're just going to take a brief look around the exterior and then take a walk around the inside of the mall. Here at Leonora, Demerara Bank has also built a large office. Diamond Insurance also seems to have an outfit here. So that's Demerara Bank. Seem to have a whole roof of solar panels. Solar panels on the roof of the bank. And that's looking back along the West Coast Road, West Coast Highway. Looks like Edinburgh. And here, that's the West Central Mall. So guys, it's not very often that I manage to find myself on the West Coast. So I'm going to give you a brief look around at least this neck of the woods. It's one of the much more economically active parts of the country outside of Georgetown. West Coast Demerara. This is the road to Parika. As you know, Parika is the Stelling. This is a wash bay. Yeah, wash bay. A lot of car washes are popping up in these areas because it's one of those areas, one of those lines of work that tracks with the increased number of vehicles on the road. Alright, the more vehicles people import, the more they need to get them cleaned. This is some fruit vendors on the west coast. Okay, so this is the West Sheriff General Hospital on the west coast. Seems like a fairly large structure. There's a building called Research Unit. There's a Western Grill. That's the entrance. Right now, it says entrance. So they seem to have a dental group, Sheriff Dental, it says. And alright, Sheriff General Hospital. Okay, so this is the Sheriff General Hospital here on the west coast of Demerara. Having a little bit of trouble navigating my gyroscope. This is the other entrance, the front entrance. So it seems to bear a very close resemblance to the building on Sheriff Street in Georgetown. There, they have another hospital outfit there. And for those of you who've seen my videos on the past, well, the Sheriff Group, seems to be into everything. I think recently they bought a helicopter, Bell 412 helicopter, which I suppose they're going to be using for medevac operations. That is for bringing people to their hospitals, which seem to be several. So this is what it looks like here. This is Sheriff General Hospital, next door to the Sheriff Western Grill and its research unit. They seem to have a pharmacy as well. That's the main entrance. They seem to have a pharmacy as well as a dental unit and a research unit and the Western Grill. So their operations seem to be covering a random set of businesses and grouping them together. There's also the optical. Apparently there's an optical unit here as well. So what Sheriff seems to be doing is having their fingers in many pies. Their business method seems to be businesses everywhere and businesses in every sector, in every industry, which may be a good strategy from a general point of view. But if you're getting into hospitals, especially if you're running it as a business venture, there's a highly regulated part of the sector and requires specialization. It's not something like selling burgers, which you can do anywhere without much regulation. Hospitals are highly regulated, so the jury is still out to see exactly what Sheriff is going to do. But it's a welcome addition, that is private hospitals. Previously there was only Balwant Singh Hospital and a few others, Dr. Prashad's Hospital and Medical Arts Center were the private hospitals in Georgetown. Sheriff General and Balwant Singh are the latest additions. But this is what it looks like here on the west coast, guys. This is the west coast of Demerara, and the whole reason why we're out here is to take a look at this mall. Right, that is the West Central Mall. We're here to take a look at the West Central Mall, and that we will do presently. So first of all is parking. Right, at the very entrance to the mall there is parking. This is a small entrance. There is some landscaping, as you can see, from plant beds. Right, this is landscaping at the front of the mall. And behind this fence is a parking lot. This sculpture is actually made of synthetic, it's kind of synthetic lawn. Good afternoon. Alright, so kind of a synthetic fabric, and this is the exit. So this, guys, is the West Center Mall. Those of you who are much more familiar with the business structure of this mall can tell me who owns it, who built this mall, because I'm not up to date on the structure yet. Like we visited the mall on the by Providence, and we know that one is owned by, or at least fronted by, Sarwan. I think it's Ramnare Sarwan. This one I'm not certain who owns this mall, but we will eventually take a look around.